Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing my last video of the night, and this is for all you lovely Capricorns. And I actually recorded part of another Capricorn video for the Sex and Relationships reading for the month of May, but I ended up having to stop it, and then I looked back at it, and it just wasn't making any sense to me. So I just decided that I was going to start all over, and hopefully this will make more sense. It just felt very, the word discombobulated, abstract, and there really wasn't much of a storyline going on. Maybe that's because you don't have much of a storyline going on in the month of May as far as relationships. But I do want to give it a second chance to see what we get for you guys. And typically, I won't re-record stuff, but I have a lot of Capricorn viewers, and I really want to make sure that I get it right for you guys. Just so you know, this is the Sex and Relationships video for everyone who has their ascendant, sun, or moon in the sign of Capricorn, and this is for the month of May 2015, and this is I am using the Decameron Tarot deck, which is an erotic deck. Okay, this video is for mature audiences, 18 or over. There's strong sex content in these videos, and there's a lot of stuff probably that's going to come out of my mouth that a lot of people are not expecting. But I really love doing these videos because everybody loves them. There needs to be more, I guess, awareness about sex in the world, and I feel like transcending boundaries, talking about taboo stuff, it's very important. So, and I don't see it as being dirty. I see it as being kind of empowering, and it's just part of our makeup, who we are. It's important. So, anyways, I do want to say thank you for being patient, for waiting for these videos to come out. It's taken me a while. I am not sure if I'm going to be continuing on doing sex and relationship videos on a regular basis. I know that I will be doing more videos, so do not worry. In the future, most likely I'll be continuing on with my regular Shadowscapes deck, but who knows? I might bring this back in a month or two. If I have the time. Right now, I have people that are waiting to talk to me, and I hate to keep people waiting. So that's the deal there. And so yeah, let's see what we get for you. This is the month of May for lovely Capricorns. It's so funny. This is making more sense to me. Okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, so I did pull several additional cards because I don't like to leave off on a negative note. I feel like the main message here for you Capricorns for the month of May regarding sex and relationships is that timing is crucial here. Okay, for some of you, this is not the month to meet Mr. Right. Okay. I feel like you are going to have sex, but it may or may not be with Mr. Right, okay? There is a strong desire to have sex, but it's, I feel like you're either fantasizing or needing it, and it's not necessarily the thing that's happening. So for a lot of Capricorns, I'm not saying that you're not going to have sex. None of you are, I'm not saying that. Don't panic, okay? But I'm feeling like, for the most part, if you're looking for Mr. Right, it's not the time. May is really not the time for it. It doesn't feel like May is the time. In early June may not be the time either. But I'm just giving, like, trying to get a little preview here, flipping a few cards to see about June, but I feel like you're blocked by a person that, you're blocked by some negative energies, by a person who isn't, I would say, who isn't telling you the whole truth, or is cheating on you, or is the kind of person who's just kind of like, regarding my Shadowscape deck, it's like kind of like the definition of the liar to your thief. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't know about, that maybe you're not even engaged in, okay? Maybe you're the Capricorn that's going to and from work, and things are, I'm getting, okay, the state of emergency. So in the distant past, it was kind of a state of emergency where you needed to have sex, and you needed to have it real bad. I call this the state of emergency card, okay? So you may be an older woman, or older man, and you basically needed to get laid. You still may need to get laid, okay? This is a quickie, doing it in a public place or public displays of affection. This is a desire to want to fuck in a public place or bathroom, perhaps in a dressing room at a department store. This is to fuck fast and furious. This is a thrilling ride, okay? This is an older woman needing to have sex ASAP. I call it the state of emergency needing to have sex card. So in the distant past, some of you were kind of in that state. Maybe you still are, okay? And you were going about your life, working away, because this is, to me, is the career woman. Could be a career man, too, because there's a man in the background. Could be a career man, also, because neither one of them are in the throes of passion here. So this is someone who has put off romance, who needs to start being interested in sex and dating again. Someone who may want to have sex, but not have, quote-unquote, have time to go out because of work, or may not prioritize going out and meeting guys. So she's kind of concerned about money. She's more concerned about money and her career and finances than she is about romance and having sex and getting laid, okay? What's crowning you, Capricorn, is interesting. It's this, I call this the playfulness, non-commitment card. This is kind of rushing in. This is the don't rush card. It says, don't rush someone having sex on the first date or too soon. This is a strong sense of playfulness in the bedroom and fun times. This can indicate sex that is not serious or about commitment, someone wanting just sex because it will be fun. A girl who is not sure where the relationship is going, and my caution to you is if you know who this person is, or if you're in a relationship with this person, you need to be careful about and understand what each other really wants in a relationship. So before you have sex, make sure you are on the same page. If one person is just wanting to have fun and the other person really wants a commitment, it's not going to work. If both people understand, okay, this is just fun, this is just whatever, it doesn't matter where it goes, who cares, then that's a totally different story, okay? So make sure you have that conversation. And listen, ladies, listen up to what a guy tells you about what he's looking for, okay? If he says anything other than I am looking for a long-term commitment, period. If he says, then you know, everything else means he's not looking for one. That means he's just wanting to have sex. That means it's just going to be a short-term thing, okay? If he says, I'm looking for a relationship, but, and there's a but, everything after that but is total, utter horseshit. So keep that in mind. Those are my words of caution to you, my lovely Capricorn. So, in the immediate future, you have this interesting fun card. To me, this is, this is the card that's like size and age doesn't matter, okay? This is having an age difference, okay, between you and a partner, okay? This is age difference. That does not affect sex life. Size also does not matter. And I'm not talking here about penis size, I'm talking about physical size. Okay, someone who's, I was saying somebody who's like 4 feet tall and maybe someone who's 6 feet tall, you know, or someone who's 6'5" and their partner's 5'4", you know. I wrote, its size, it also does not matter. It's how you apply yourself to the task of having sex. And it's about the chemistry between you, okay? So if there's good chemistry, who cares if someone's 6 foot tall? I mean, there's chemistry, you know? And who cares about age, right? Although there are limitations, okay? I would say more than 20 years difference is too much. Typically, too much. More than 15, I usually think of being too much. 10, okay. But 15 is too much to really connect with each other. But then again, people do it all the time. So that's just my opinion. I feel like for you, this is finding sex in unusual places, places that you might not expect it, where, you know, you might get it on with somebody who's much younger than you, and you might not expect to do it, you know, they might not care, you know, they may think you're hot, you know, so don't, like, put, like, boundaries on yourself. Be open-minded. This is about being open to the possibilities. This is breaking your type, okay? So if you've had a type consistently, it's time to break your type, okay? And your type is going to be broken because you're going to meet someone who isn't your type at all, you know? And it's a great match. So we got that. So in the heart of everything, okay, so in the heart of everything, before I get totally wound up and get going here, you've got, I feel like some female issues, OBGYN issues. To me, this is the OBGYN card, okay? This is the card, the angry female card, going, why are my periods so fucked up? Why are my hormones so fucked up? Why did I take the fucking birth control pills 100 years ago? They fucked me up. This is that moment, okay? This is, you know, menopause. Some women are going through menopause. People don't talk about menopause, but I'm telling you, and I know this is a sex and a relationship video, but guys, women do. This is the reality. And sometimes they wake up and they're in a pissy mood, and that's just how it is, okay? So Capricorn females, you may be going through some, either I'm getting premenopause or menopausal issues, or potentially just some hormone issues, especially if you're younger and you were on the pill, or maybe even if you're like in your early 20s, my cautionary tale is not to take the pill, okay? This is also a time in which you take time out to be alone, to not have sex for a long time. So ladies, some of you have not had sex for a long time, okay? Some of you, it's been many years, okay? And this is kind of making you grumpy. You need to have sex again. That's kind of what needs to happen. And it is, some of you, it's a state of emergency. You know, maybe in the distant past it was a state of emergency. Now it's still just like, it's not healthy for you to continue on not having sex and not having romance and to be really overly focused on career. It's just time to, like, readjust and open up your mind and be like, okay, you know, I'm going to try to start dating again, whatever that means, okay? This is also potentially waking up after a long, wild night, a bit confused and wondering, what have I done? And if you're a guy, okay, this is a woman who is quite fed up and wants a divorce or to break up, okay? So if you're a Capricorn guy, this is your wife. Who's angry and bitter and who's not into it anymore and doesn't want to have sex with you anymore, okay? And if you're in a marriage and your wife doesn't want to have sex with you anymore, it's time to break up. Don't go and cheat, and I feel like some of you are going to go do that. Don't do it. It's like you need to leave the relationship, okay? If you're in a relationship with someone and you're not having sex anymore, maybe it's not because you have a lack of wanting, but maybe it's just because you're just not interested in anymore. It is just kind of like something that's not on a priority list anymore, and it's become like roommates. Well, it's time to consider leaving, you know? Interestingly enough, okay, so you have two very, this is like night and day, okay? Night and day. So night is when you're not having sex at all for a long time. And what's crossing you is having probably the best sex of your life, okay? So it feels like you're going to get laid, okay, very soon. Either you're going to get laid in May or early June. It's going to happen. You're going to have sex again, okay? Now, of course, this is a tarot reading. And so this is what the energies are for you. This is also a general reading. So if it doesn't happen in May, this is where you don't want to get frustrated. You don't want to get angry. Just let it go. It's going to happen eventually. And you need to take steps to making it happen. If it doesn't happen, then it's you needing to take some steps, and also timing. Okay, timing is an issue for a lot of people. The weatherman forecasts sunshine a lot of the times. Then suddenly some clouds form and it rains and it sucks. That's life. Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So in this case, I'm reading you, I'm telling you, okay, this is what I feel like you're going to get. However, if you don't get it, and there's no pun intended here, if you don't get it, then chances are you'll get it somewhere down the line. If your heart is open to it, if you're taking the action steps. If you stay locked in your house and there's nobody else there, you're not going to get it. Okay, you're not going to get laid. That's just the bottom line. I'll tell you that now. But if you're going out and you're trying to find someone, I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like you're going to meet someone. It's soon. It's very soon. So I'm going to read you this card because this is exciting for you, especially for Capricorns who have not gotten laid in a long time. Okay. I think of this as the ring. I call it ring the bells card because this is the Two of Cups, but the cup here looks like a bell. Okay, and she's got all these little lines around her that kind of make it look like she's shaking like a bell, you know. And this is orgasming. This is orgasm, right? So it says doing it in more ways than one. This is to have sex on the floor, on the couch, in the bed, in the kitchen, on the wall, rather than just fucking. And there's a difference. I said, oh yes, hot, passionate sex, satisfying for both partners, a great time to get off on each other, to be totally into it. This is a honeymoon that lasts. This is orgasmic, multiple positions, sex that works and flows. Really, this is like one of the best cards. This is probably the best card. Really good sex. So don't be surprised if it happens. Message me if it does. I'd like to hear about the ring the bell situation. Doesn't have to be totally graphic. You can just say it happened, ring the bell situation, and I'll know what you're talking about. So in the position of emotions, I think I might have talked about this already, but you got the orgasm card, okay? So for you to be crossed with this really amazing, passionate, hot sex card, and in the position of emotions, you wanting to have an orgasmic sex, maybe particularly with a specific person, okay? This is like sex that's like, that's real. There's a difference between just like fucking someone. See, because this is like a quick fuck, okay? This is the orgasm. This is reaching the climax. This is reaching that moment, you know? And this is going beyond both. This is not just, you know, a quick fuck, nor is it just reaching one orgasm. This is like multiple. This is like doing it like many, many times. Orgasm after another. This is like finding someone to be with, to love, to have sex that's continuous. It's really, really good. There's a difference between these things. So this is one of the reasons why I enjoy this deck so much, because there's such contrast. And I feel like you're looking, Capricorn, for an orgasmic, kind of higher level sex experience. Because the Capricorn is the one that can outlast them all, okay? The Capricorn is the one that works really hard in relationships and in all areas. This is in the sex too. A Capricorn is going to work to get there. A Capricorn is going to be interested about how to technically get there. And Capricorn is going to be the one to partner really well with someone who also has good technical skills. So to me, this is someone who has technique, okay? This is someone who's good with their hands. This is like, and that's the Capricorn. That's you, Capricorn. So that's what you're, emotionally, that's what you need. That's what you're looking for, okay? Now, here is some interesting stuff. All that said, okay, you got some cards that concern me, okay? One of them is, and now this isn't bad by any means, but what's coming in from the outside is this, it's like the universe is saying, Capricorn ladies, okay, you're this, okay, you're in the cup there, and it says, a woman who has an overactive desire for sex, not enough of an emotional connection between lovers, okay, needing love to develop, and in a relationship, okay? And if you're a female, it says he literally can't handle it. The man is potentially overwhelmed by sexual desire. He can't handle it, okay? He needs time to figure out how the relationship is going to work with or without sex, okay? The man may be intimidated a bit by an older, more experienced woman, okay? Don't let her scare you. She's just a horny beast, okay? So in some instances, guys, you may be tempted by an older woman, okay? And girls, you may just be having what you might call like an overactive sex drive, okay? In the month of May. It may be just kind of like on hyperdrive. You may be just like, whoa, 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 like I need to have sex, like now. And I feel like you will, because that's what you need and that's what you're focusing on. I feel like in May, you're actually focusing less on career and more on relationships and more on sex. So I feel like it's going to happen for you. But here's the thing. Ironically, the man that you might be interested in may not be able to handle you. So it may not be a match, okay? I feel like you're going to date some guys, okay? One of them is not going to be able to handle your sex drive, or the fact that you're sexy, or the fact that maybe you talk about sex. Maybe, like, he wouldn't like it, the fact that I'm talking about it in this video. I mean, maybe he's that kind of person. So he wouldn't be able to handle it, that if you were the kind of person that likes this kind of video or this openness about sex, he's not the one for you, because he's not gonna appreciate it. I feel like you're also, potentially going to be with someone who's younger. You might date someone who's younger, a lot younger, like 10 years younger. That's going to kind of happen first. What's going to happen, I feel like, second, is you're going to meet somebody else who may be, in the beginning, a little bit intimidated by you, okay? They may not be the match. However, they could be later down the line, although my feeling is that it's not really a match. Now, you also may meet another guy. You may date yet another guy who, to me, has bad intentions, who's very dishonorable, okay? Who's very much like, he's going to be the person to tell you, I don't want a commitment. I just want to sleep with you. He'll tell you to your face. He'll tell you, like, straight up. Capricorn, this may be you. The Capricorn guys, this may be you telling other women, this is just what I want. I just want sex. I don't want a relationship. This may be you. And Capricorn guys, you may be sleeping with, you may have someone that you have really hot, passionate sex with, and yet you just don't want a commitment. And so this card also talks about a beautiful, voluptuous woman who is very tempting to men. So Capricorn ladies, this could be you. Even a man who is married or unavailable, they're still tempted by you, okay? Or somebody whose intentions are strictly dishonorable, as he wants to look and to play, but not give up his freedom for a commitment. So you may date someone who just wants to sleep with you, or just wants to kind of play around, maybe just doesn't have the seriousness of mind to have a relationship with The thing about Capricorn women especially, Capricorns in general, but Capricorn women especially, need the commitment. They need it more than pretty much any other sign, I feel. Because Capricorns are loyal. They have a strong loyal code. It's like a loyalty code. It's like something that you don't break, okay? Capricorns may cheat. They may get into patterns of cheating. But typically, if they committed to you, they're committed basically until death do you part. And that includes friends. That includes family. If they're committed. So it's sort of like in family, it's difficult for Capricorns because if Capricorn has a difficult time with family, then it's like it's like they become their enemy. Like the Capricorn becomes the enemy of the family. Or the family becomes the enemy. Because Capricorn is so loyal, it's like a Capricorn is more black and white and chooses the side. Okay? And they usually choose the people they love. So they're going to defend the people that they are loyal to, the people that they're committed to. So Capricorn needs the commitment. Okay, so this brings me to the final card, which seems very odd, and I'm not sure what's really going on here. Actually, I kind of do. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, this is a, you can see it's a castle. It's not an erotic card per se. It says, a man or woman who goes out at night to bars or clubs, etc. on dates. They may be cheating. Someone who may be cheating at night. If single, this is a person who needs sex at night as they become very lonely at night. Okay? So, I feel like for you Capricorn, you may be dating and you may have sex, but it's not enough. You still need the commitment. And in May, I don't feel like it's quite yet time for the commitment, okay? And I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other cards, which I'm not even going to read. You know, I'll tell you that none of them are, you know, to see if, to see if maybe at some level, the end of May, something good changes. Something changes for you. But I feel like May is not your time. Actually, I feel like the end of May, the farther you get into May, it's like the more I feel like shit's going to hit the fan as far as your love life. Okay? We're talking about sexual frustration. We're talking about cheating issues. We're talking about control issues if you're in a relationship. You know, we're talking about being with someone who kind of only has one thing on their mind. And we're talking about kind of getting lost in the fantasy and being lost in the fantasy, not the reality of situations, getting lost in the fantasy of liking someone or wanting to kind of get into sex, you know, kind of games and stuff with them, sneaking off to be alone kind of thing, you know, any kind of fantasy. So I feel like all these things aren't where you're, in a way, it's not where you're living happily ever after, or you're having sex happily ever after. It's not sex ever after, okay? Although, I should get a t-shirt that says sex ever after, because that would be awesome. If anybody wants to send me a t-shirt that says that, love it. Would totally wear it, okay? So yeah, it doesn't feel like that. But I don't want you to give up, because I feel like the universe is sending you opportunities. Every date that you go on is an opportunity to learn about yourself, to learn about what's going on with you. I feel like you are, in a way, just beginning to kind of get out of your overworking, grinding cycle of just working. I feel like you're just beginning to get out of that. You're just starting. So it's almost like May is like this new start for you. It's a new start with a new focus, really strong focus on relationships. And it's okay that you haven't found the one yet, okay? I feel very strongly that a lot of Capricorns are going to meet someone in June. It's going to be towards the middle, to potentially either the end of June. Can be a couple of dates in the beginning, like June 2nd or June 4th, potentially June 6th or June 8th. But I feel like, or June 7th also, 6th, 7th, okay? It's just not quite, and I'm getting a tingle on the 7th, so that would be good. It's not quite the right time. So stay true to yourself, Capricorn. Don't lower your standards. Don't just sleep with anybody just because you need to, like, have sex, okay? Don't be desperate for it. It's going to happen. It's going to come. Be patient. Try not to be so depressed. I feel like you get depressed at night. I feel like you need to watch more movies, you need to read more at night, and you need to kind of distract yourself a little bit. I feel like eventually you're going to have a partner, that they're going to be there for you, and they're going to be there every night, and it's going to be really comforting to you, but you haven't met that person yet. And there may be a couple of other jokers here and there that come through your door, guys or girls, okay, that are interested in you, but you may not be that totally interested in them, and they may not be right for you. So hold off until you, and I'm not saying hold off sex completely. I'm saying if you want to have sex, fine, good. If you're single, fine, good. If there's any kind of cheating involved, if you are in a relationship, avoid cheating at all costs. Avoid. Better to break it off with your partner than to go into the cycle of cheating. I do want to pull one final card as a final message for you. For May. And it's interesting. To me, this is the dream card. I think of this as the dream card. So it's sort of like you're dreaming about giving or receiving head. Some guys, okay, some girls. This is it says to dream about getting or giving head. It says to live in a fantasy world. Okay, wishing for a relationship to get to this level where you can enjoy sex. Sex dreams, wanting dreams to become a reality. It's interesting that I was talking about that. Hoping for more, wanting for more, desiring for more in a relationship, or with a specific person, if single, okay? And then oral sex is a must for this person. So for you, Capricorn, or potentially someone that you're in a relationship with, oral sex is a must. So I think of this as the fantasy, the dream. You're kind of lost in the dream of wanting to be with someone. And the reality is they may not be the one for you. It may surprise you who you end up with at the end of the day, okay? But you still need to go out your door thinking, okay, the world is my oyster, thinking positive thoughts about relationships, being really realistic about who is in your life and who's not. Who is good for you and who's not, okay? If there's someone who's known to be a cheater, don't get with them. Even if the fantasy of them is amazing, don't get with them, okay? Be realistic about things. It's so funny. I just keep hearing, though, that your dreams are going to come true. Because we manifest things. So I feel like your dream of having a partner, of having a relationship, of having really amazing sex, this is all going to come true. It's not going to come true in May. Not for everyone. Maybe it will. Message me if it does. But I feel like later down the line. So be patient for it and wait for it and message me when it happens. So I'd like to hear about it. So I am going to send you big hugs. Thank you guys so much. And I wish you all the best with everything. And feel free to email me if you'd like to have a private reading. It's elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, thank you. Take care.